Hi, I'm Major Jackson, and it is my great pleasure to read a poem today in celebration of Poetry Society of America's 110th anniversary. The poem I chose is Negro Hero by Gwendolyn Brooks. It is taken from her book Annie Allen, which won the 1950 Pulitzer Prize in Poetry. The subject of the poem is Doris Miller. To some, Dory Miller. He was an American sailor in the United States Navy. He was a crewman. He worked the kitchen. He did the laundry. During a period of segregation in the United States. Despite his lack of training, on the morning of December 7th, 1941, the attack on Pearl Harbor, Dory Miller took up an anti-aircraft gun. And he also helped the wounded on the ship USS West Virginia. For this, he won the Navy Cross. I chose this poem not only because of its subject, but also because it represents an important thread in Gwendolyn Brooks's collected poems, which is the dramatic monologue, the persona poem, the mask. This is Gwendolyn Brooks in the voice of Dory Miller. Negro Hero. To suggest Dory Miller by Gwendolyn Brooks. I had to kick their law into their teeth in order to save them. However, I have heard that sometimes you have to deal devilishly with drowning men in order to swim them to shore, or they will haul themselves and you to the trash and the fish beneath. When I think of this, I do not worry about a few chipped teeth. It is good I gave glory. It is good I put gold on their name, or there would have been spikes in the afterward hands. But let us speak only of my success and the pictures in the Caucasian dailies as well as the Negro weeklies, for I am a gem. They are not concerned that it was hardly the enemy my fight was against, but them. It was a tall time. And of course, my blood was boiling about in my head and straining and howling and singing me on. Of course, I was rolled on wheels of my boy itch to get at the gun. Of course, all the delicate rehearsal shots of my childhood masked in mirage before me. Of course, I was child. And my first swallow of the liquor of battle, bleeding black air, dying and demon noise made me wild. It was kinder than that, though, and I showed like a banner my kindness. I loved, and a man will guard when he loves. Their white gown democracy was my fair lady, with her knife lying cold straight in the softness of her sweet flowing sleeve. But for the sake of the dear smiling mouth and a stuttered promise, I toyed with my life. I threw back. I would not remember entirely the knife. Still, am I good enough to die for them? Is my blood bright enough to be spilled? Was my constant back question. Are they clear on this? Or do I intrude even now? Am I clean enough to kill for them? Do they wish me to kill for them? Or is my place while death licks his lips and strides to them in the galley still? In the southern city, a white man said, "Indeed, I'd rather be dead. Indeed, I'd rather be shot in the head or written to waste on the back of a flood than saved by the drop of a black man's blood." Naturally, the important thing is I helped to save them, and a part of their democracy. Even if I had to kick their law into their teeth in order to do that for them, and I am feeling well and settled in myself because I believe it was a good job, despite this possible horror, that they might prefer the preservation of their law in all of its sick dignity and their knives to the continuation of their creed and their lives. Congratulations, Poetry Society of America, for 110 years of advocating for poetry in the United States. And thank you for celebrating the poetry of Gwendolyn Brooks over the years.